Okay, so hello everyone. Now I'm going to explain the topic protection and security in operating system. This is a complete theoretical topic and chances of getting question from this topic are very less. But when we have to complete the operating system completely, then it becomes necessary to cover this topic. So first of all, start with protection and security. What does protection mean? That no unauthorized person should interfere in our system. Like we talk about RAM. In RAM we have multiple processes present at the same time. So we want that one process should not interfere in the address of any other process. And unauthorized means that which we have not authorized at all. Those people or particular process should not use our resources. So basically what is protection? That unauthorized person should not use our resources, and these terms not only in operating system, you are listening to these terms in your daily life like hacking, phishing attack, denial of service, DDoS. Now if we see goals of protection, our computer consists of a collection of objects like hardware and software. There are many objects like disk drive, monitor, keyboard, mouse. Apart from that, there are different software which exist inside. There are many applications which are running. We want to utilize them properly. Multiple objects, each object has a unique name and can be accessed through a well-defined set of operations. Now, what does the operating system do? Whatever is inside the system, the operating system recognizes them by unique name or by unique ID. And what is the problem of protection here? Ensure that each object is accessed correctly and only by those processes that are allowed to do so, which we have authorized, whom we have given permission. Like in your college, university, you have to take admission, you have got your identity card and you are authorized person. Now you can take any class by going to the university because you are an authorized person. So the authorized person is using the resources, that is fine. But an unauthorized person, if unauthorized person will use the same thing, that's so obviously the authorized person will keep waiting, and the unauthorized person, obviously why would he use? Somewhere in his mind it must be that I will do some harm to this system. So the most important topic here is CIA, confidentiality, integrity, availability. C stand for confidentiality, I for integrity, and A for availability. Confidentiality, that unauthorized person should not be able to read our data. Our data, there is some data lying in our system, so the unauthorized person to whom we did not give permission, he cannot read my data. Somewhere in our system we have, like we say, username, password, etc. But when we travel the data, when data communicates from one place to another, so there may be a problem somewhere. So we want that nobody should be able to read that data, and nobody means unauthorized person. Anyone who is authorized can read it, but an unauthorized cannot read it. Now the question here is how to achieve confidentiality. Encryption is the best thing. With encryption we did that which is plain text, the data which we are seeing, actually we convert that to ciphertext, so that if any person will see that data, he can see that data but will not be able to understand it, because that is not our actual data in original. We have converted it and given it in some other form. Now what is breach of integrity? That unauthorized person modifies the data. We want our integrity to be achieved. No one can modify the data. Unauthorized person cannot modify the data, but there may be some loophole, vulnerabilities where the person is able to modify by entering the system. This is breach of integrity. And now what is breach of availability? Data should be 24/7 available. Look, there is Gmail, you have Facebook, and all other application provide 24/7 data available. It's not that someone has imposed the denial of service attack, has imposed the distributed denial of service attack, DOS, DDoS. So the system has come to stand still. Although there are many attacks on them, attacks are happening on daily basis, but still they have made their system robust in this way that they keep availability 24/7. Now what is theft of service? Unauthorized use of resources. If someone is using your system unauthorized ways, so somewhere there is obviously a theft of service. Now what is prevention of legitimate user? Who is actually a legitimate user which we have authorized? He can't even use it because the unauthorized person did the denial of service attack, ping of death attack. So we attack like ping of death. We sent thousands of requests on the same server. Will it happen that the buffer of the server will be full and it will not be able to handle the new request? Because of this, the person who is legitimate, that user will not also be unable to use the application. So this is prevention of legitimate user. Now what are the security methods and threats? Threat is what? Threat is a potential security violation. For example, China threatens on a daily basis that we will do this, we will do that. So this is what? This is threat. But what is attack? When the threat turns into an attack, what does attack mean? That's already happened. Attack is attempt to breach the security. Now what is masquerading? Pretending to be an unauthorized user to escalate the privileges. Someone else, but what is he doing by using someone else's identity? Showing himself that he is that person, but actually he is not the original person. By spoofing someone else's identity, he is sitting in the middle of the network. Now what is viruses? Computer virus attach itself to a program or file, so it can spread from from one computer to another, leaving infection at it travels. Just like the human virus works, almost all viruses are attached to executable file, which means the virus may exist on your computer, but it cannot infect your computer unless you run or open the malicious program. Now, what is worm? Difference between worm and virus is that worm is similar to a virus by its design, but it is considered to be a subclass of virus. It has the capability to travel without any help from a person. The difference between worm and virus is that the worm takes advantages of file of or like information transport feature on your system. Like you are transferring data, obviously TCP, UDP and many protocols are running somewhere attached to them, it automatically keeps traveling. So this is worm, and that's the main difference between worm and virus. Now, an important point here is Trojan horse. Trojan horse is not a virus. It is a destructive program that looks like a genuine application. Trojan horse don't replicate themselves, but they can just be destructive. It looks like a genuine application, will run it in your system, and somewhere it keeps on destroying your system. It is just like making a backdoor entry in your house. Try to enter an unauthorized person. So what happens with this? Hackers find a loophole to enter the system, and then obviously confidential data, personal information will try to steal it. Now this is Trojan horse. Now, what is authentication and cryptography? Authentication means authentication is your username, password, your identity, and like as for Windows uses Kerberos security protocol. Through Kerberos security protocols, all password, all data somewhere he keeps it secure. And in cryptography, we have to convert plain text to ciphertext, and then when it reaches to the receiver, then it will convert the ciphertext to plain text again. You have multiple encryption system, symmetric, asymmetric. In symmetric we use one key, and in asymmetric we use two keys, public key and private key. We have also discussed in our networking lecture, so you can check it out also. And what is firewall? What does firewall basically do? To front door, let's say this is your network, so we put it on the starting, like at the gate of the university or colleges, guards are standing, so we give them instruction that let's say some student is coming without ID card, so don't let them enter. So the rules we gave him, he works according to those rules. So this is basically the story related to protection and security. All the points I have told you, note them down. This topic is completely theoretical. So that's all for protection and security. So that's it for this playlist. We will meet in next playlist. Until then, bye bye.